Okay, we're officially recording. So welcome, guys, to the All-Star Coaching Team Call. Today is September 17th, I believe. And I'm super excited about tonight's call. Before I get into introducing our guest speaker, I guess I should say who I am. I'm Michelle Kellogg. I'm one of Melanie's downline. Melanie is a fabulous coach. Learned so much from her, and so thankful that she's opened up All-Star team to her entire downline. So I encourage you to plug into her calls. She has wealth of knowledge. She gets some great speakers as well. So I am Michelle Kellogg. Like I said, I'm one of her in her downline somewhere. I'm a 5-star diamond coach. I've been coaching about 5 years and do this full time now. Not going to share too much of my story because I feel like I've shared that prior and previously. And tonight we have some goodies from a different perspective, from a new coach perspective, instead of some of us old timers who have been around for a while. So I'm going to start off with some announcements. Since this call is kind of geared towards new coaches, since the topic was a new coach, I will just cover, if you log into your back office under breaking news, that's where you will always find like all of your most pertinent information. So basic, just breaking news, it's on the top right-hand corner of your screen. And so as far as announcements, we have Success Club 5. When you hit Success Club 5, you're going to get P90X, P90X2, and P90X Plus. That's a crazy deal. If you like, that's a lot of programs, people. So push to get at least Success Club 5. So you get those programs. And if you're not sure, if you already have them, they make great gifts for your challenge groups, giveaways for like Super Saturdays, even if it's at the end of the month and you need people to close a deal, if that makes sense. You know, your first 5 people will be entered in a drawing for, you could possibly get the whole P90X away, but what I do is I take those individual CDs, the disc, and just make that individual disc a giveaway. Or you can make a little bag, a goodie bag, and that can be one of the things that's in there with the Shakeology sample and stuff like that. So they make great gifts. Also, the challenge packs that are on sale this month, it is the PIO challenge pack, and then also the Kickstart, which includes the 3-day refresh in that, and then the 3-day refresh challenge pack. So I would encourage you to make a list of the people that you think PIO would be a good fit for. Make a list that you think the 3-day refresh that people would be a good fit for, and then reach out to those people and invite them. Invite them to take a look at it, invite them to join your next challenge group. So now I'll get into the meat, the good stuff. So tonight we're going to be hearing from Tamara Braden, and I first want to say, take a deep breath, Tamara, that's to her. This is her very first time speaking on a team call. She was pretty nervous. She didn't want to do this, but this is typical Tamara in the fact of stepping out of her comfort zone to grow and to become a better leader. And so be patient with her. She is awesome. She's amazing. But she is, and I really wanted to invite her because she's had, she was a go-getter from the beginning, Success Club 6 and then Success Club 10. Had a rough month. We're going to get into this rough month going for her Success Club starter. Had some mindset issues and stuff like that. But you know what? She never gave up. The last day of the month, she had scheduled Sunday. The last day of the month was Monday. Sunday, she scheduled 15 calls for Monday, and she closed out the month with 4. So she was at 0 points, and she closed out at 4. So we're going to cover some of that. And I just thought it's so neat to be able to hear from a new coach perspective. Like I said, I think sometimes you guys get kind of sick of hearing from us who've been around for a while, and maybe we forget. I remember what it was like to be your new coach, but we kind of forget sometimes the frustration and all the confusion and everything coming at you. So I thought it'd be really good to hear from a new coach perspective. So she is a wife. She's a mother to a 12-month-old, and she's a stay-at-home mom who already has a very successful business from home as well. But when she started as a Beachbody coach, she actually had just quit her job. And so she actually had every excuse to say, no, not right now. Like, let me figure this at home, staying at home with my 12-month-old, because previously she was in daycare. So she had every excuse to say, no, not right now. But she kept, she jumped in with 2 feet, basically. And I'm going to let her share more about her story and her physical fitness and some of the business stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm intertwining, so be patient with me, some of John C. Maxwell's 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth. So that's a personal development book. John C. Maxwell is great for leadership. And I'm going to intertwine some personal development training in introducing Tamara because she possesses those qualities. When I was reading, I couldn't sleep the other night, and I picked up this book and I started reading it. And I thought of Tamara as I was reading the book. I was like, check, 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 check. So take notes, get your pen and paper out. These are some of the laws of awareness in your role as a coach. So to your mentor. So you have a personally sponsored coach. You have an upline coach who are most likely that you see as being your mentor. Okay. So while in the book, he's talking about your mentor, but it's really the same thing as your personally sponsored coach, your upline coach. And these are some characteristics that you need to self-evaluate and see how you're doing and how you treat your coach. And so the first one is get committed. So Tamara, within 24 hours, had purchased her summit ticket. She signed up May 28th, and she purchased her summit ticket and attended summit. So she obviously was showing me with her actions, not just her words, but her actions, that she was committed and she was serious. Next is possess a teachable spirit. She's teachable. She always is receptive to feedback. This is a little side note, but this business, it takes a lot of forgiveness from your upline to your downline, crossline. And, there's been times as a coach, we're not here to be your cheerleader. We're here to be your coach, to help you succeed, to push you. For instance, this call that she was like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, you can do this. Your coach is going to push you sometimes, and sometimes may even make you mad. And you know what? She forgives, and she's even courageous and comes back and says when she's not over something, so that we can make amends and move forward instead of just fuming inside and going inside and not sharing her feelings. She's courageously bold on her end as well. So she's totally teachable. Let me see what else I'm missing here. Next one, so get committed, possess a teachable spirit. Next is be purposeful. So be purposeful. Spend time in preparation for your call or group call with your coach or mentor or upline coach. And she does that. She always comes prepared for the time that she gets with me or in a group Zoom call like this. She comes prepared. Next is be reflective. So demonstrate how you've learned by taking action so you can learn. So that's the other thing is that goes back to being teachable, but she's reflective. She demonstrates, I give her assignment, she goes and she does it, and she comes back and she asks questions about it. She's like, did I do this right? Should I tweak this? This doesn't seem right. Can I do it this way? So, because that's the only way you're going to learn is by taking action. So she's reflective, like she listens to what I have to tell her, but then she goes back and she takes action and she actually learns from it and comes back with additional questions to make her a better coach. So let's see, what else? Then be accountable for what you've learned. I think that's kind of the same, for obviously. And then the last one is be grateful. She is always so appreciative. She sends me messages, after I help her do something that it's just part of what I do. It's part of being a coach. And she's like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that just makes me want to do this more. And so those are directly from the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth by John C. Maxwell. So I'm going to repeat those. Get committed. Possess a teachable spirit, be purposeful, be reflective, be accountable, and be grateful. Okay, so those are some of my tips in introducing Tamara, because she does what she's going to be talking about. She's going to share a bit of her story, but she's also going to be giving you guys 5 things that she did to help her reach her goals those first 2 months. And I can tell you from my perspective, everything I just talked about was a part of why she met those goals. And then we're going to talk about month 3 and kind of what happened. And then she's going to give you 5 lessons that she's learned from the whole experience. So I'm going to unmute Tamara. I can actually see you and I can unmute you. And I'm going to mute myself. You there? Say hi.
Okay.
So why don't you start with just sharing a bit about your physical story, your transformation and stuff, and then I'll cue you if that's okay.
Perfect. Okay. So I have been pretty fit for quite a while, but I just had a daughter, and so I have been trying to get back into fitness. I was asked a few times after postpartum about doing this coaching thing, and I was always like, nope, I don't want anything to do with that. That's spammy. Don't want to try Shakeology. Now I love this stuff. I mean, I think it was like the first or second day I called or I Voxered Michelle and I was like, this stuff is amazing. This is the best thing I've ever tasted, because I was drinking like not a good protein and thinking that was awesome. And Shakeology is like way more than that. But as far as my personal physical story, I'm a nursing mom, and I needed to, I'm a pretty petite woman who nursing was taking a lot from me. And my daughter was just taking a lot of my energy, a lot of my calories, and I wasn't eating properly. So I actually needed to gain weight, or at least maintain my weight. I could not lose weight. So I started off with the 21-day fix, and I actually gained a pound through that whole process. And my butt came back, which is really exciting, because I don't know how many moms out there, but all my girlfriends that I talked to, all of us were like, I lost my butt postpartum, and it's coming back, and I'm really excited. So I'm just here to, my personal physical story is to gain some muscle at this point. All right.
Sorry, I muted myself. And I'm going to add that when you said, I'm just going to reiterate, this girl was so skeptical. And I closed her just by really building a rapport with her, being consistent, and nailing in, showing the value of Shakeology and nailing in that she can return it. So next, why don't you share a little bit about your bit? And she just started 3 months, just 3 months. But maybe share how at month 3 or 4 you get Success Club. You can explain from your angle.
Okay.
You get Success Club leads. Oh, yeah, I remember. Do you know where
I was getting? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In July, I hit Success Club 10, and I didn't really know what that meant for my business. But it provided me, I think, like 5 new leads, or maybe even more than that. I didn't look at the number, I apologize. But out of those, I ended up making $80 in August out of the leads that Beachbody gives us. And as a coach who's been around for a while, $80 is kind of like, cool. But a brand new coach like me, I'm like, oh, I made $80. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I didn't even have to do anything. I just had to hit Success Club 10 last month. So basically what I did to make sure that I'm maintaining contact with these leads is I am using Automatic CEO to reach out to the customers that Beachbody has given me. So that was kind of really exciting for me to get that in my third, I guess that was my second month I got Success Club 10. So my third month I got those leads.
So I'm going to pick your brain, and here's the deal, because I attempted to explain to Tamara about Success Club leads and why you want to get Success Club 10. And I'm sure everybody on the phone, if you're a new coach, your coach has attempted to explain that to you as well. But I wanted you to hear it from a new coach once she got the aha. So anything, like if you could have said it differently, anything that, how would you explain it to somebody who's new and their coach is telling them, whatever, you'll make it back. Just try to hit Success Club 10.
Right. I guess it's just, hearing a number is what for me probably would have helped, and not be, and not everybody's going to make 80, but you could share like my story. Like all of a sudden Tamara looked in her back office and was like, whoa, where'd this $80 come from? I haven't sold a darn thing all month. How did this happen? And so that was really exciting, because the month that had happened in was the month that I was struggling really badly. So I thought I was just gonna have a big old 0 for the whole month. And then all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? How does this happen? So that it's just really, I think that would be a good, we always say, share a story, share my story with people.
Very cool. Thank you. So next, I'll let you move into your 5 things that helped you in month 1 and 2. So month 1 and 2, she hit Success Club 6, her first month, Success Club 10, the month of July, which is Summit, the month that she went to Summit. And so what things helped you there? 5 tips there.
Okay. Well, first of all, the mindset going to Summit, that was helping me. Just knowing that I was already making a business out of it, that helped me. Summit itself, notes, taking notes. Hallway talk at Summit was number 2 that really helped. Michelle had mentioned it many times. Do hallway talk at Summit. And I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. And I got there and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. These people are amazing. And then plugging into the National Wake Up Calls. I downloaded a podcast, little app on my phone. That's how I listen to my National Wake Up Calls. So that way I don't have to worry about them during my daughter's nap times. From that, I found the Summit 2014 playbacks. So plugging in, so going to Summit, hallway talk at Summit, plugging in, hot marketing my girlfriends after Summit. I hadn't done a great job at warm and hot marketing. But after that, I was fired up and I hot marketed the heck out of my girlfriends because they had my back and I knew that they would. And then the last thing that really helped me, and this was probably the thing that helped me most when I initially started, so I probably should have this number 1, but remembering conversations from my past year. I had people that had reached out to me about fitness or nutrition questions in general. And so I just had to remember, okay, who have I talked to about health in the past? Maybe I should just see what they're doing. So kind of stalking them on Facebook and then reaching out back to them again. So basically going to Summit, hallway talk at Summit, plugging into the National Wake Up Calls and the Summit playbacks, hot marketing my girlfriends, and then just remembering conversations of who I've talked to in the past that might be interested now.
So I'm going to chime in there that a lot of people may not even know what we mean by hot market or warm market scripts. Because a lot of teams, we do things a little different, but we all really do them the same. And I'm going to just reiterate that, go back to what I talked about in the beginning, in that Tamara let me guide her. She was teachable. So your coach has an onboarding system for your team, for you, some type of script, some type of way of getting, like she said, thinking of those conversations, like I helped her with how to send a message to those people. So reach out to your coach, allow them to help you, let them help you. And if, everybody on here, we have Nani at least, but if you're not getting the support you need, post in the group. We all have access to the All-Star group. Some of us have smaller team groups where if you post those questions, those comments of how to talk to people or what you should do, you're going to get feedback. You're going to get help. So as a new coach, I'm just going to reiterate how teachable Tamara was as well. Anything else? I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to do the full screen before we keep moving. Anybody have questions about so far? Raise your hand or unmute yourself before we keep going. All righty. Then Miss Cameron, then we're going to move into month 3 and I'll let you share maybe what happened from your perspective there.
Okay. So month 3 was August. I had just had 2 girls that had started the 21-day fix in July, and they just didn't really succeed because I wasn't doing a great job following up as a coach. So I was already like, oh my gosh, I'm terrible at this. So then after that, I started going in a downward spiral. But I knew I had those other girls that had just signed up that I was helping during the month of August. So I was like, redo those 2 girls that didn't do too well. I'm inviting them to my own challenge group. I'm going to start my own challenge group. This is going to make me be accountable. And then the 4 new girls that I'm helping, they're getting in that challenge group and we're just going to have a blast with it. So I ended up doing that. I ended up just doing my own challenge group, and that really helped my mindset. That really, really helped me make myself accountable for the people that I'm supposed to be helping. And then also during the month, I had started 80 Rising Stars training, and it was more in depth than I was emotionally thinking I was ever going to go. So I had a little bit of a setback there, a huge setback there, we'll just say. Poor Michelle, poor my Team Cup people, they heard the worst of me, and I needed some major personal development. I also was just going through a lot with my family. My grandfather had gotten ill. I knew that he wasn't going to survive past the month. So that was a lot to take in. And he ended up passing away on the 27th, and I was still at Success Club 0. And my mom said to me, Grandpa always told her to never give up. And I think having that and having just some of the things that Michelle has taught me and that my team has taught me in the back of my mind, I was like, I really should never give up. So on the 30th, I had no Success Club points. That was that Sunday. And I made that 21-day fix script post on my Facebook page that night. The one, if I could provide you with a 21-day workout that was just 30 minutes a day, etc. That post, I ended up getting, yes. Unmute you.
I'm going to stop you there because, again, most people probably don't. And I'll post this in the All-Star team, the 21-day fix script that we use. It's basically from Lindsay Krause. I found it on YouTube. I don't even know Lindsay, but we kind of adopted it and ran with it, made a few modifications. But that post has worked like a charm for me. I don't overpost, so I'm going to back up because if I do post this, I probably post it maybe every 3 to 4 months. So go back to your social media 101 training about how often to be posting stuff like this. But I just wanted to throw that in there and clarify what that was.
Yeah, and I was actually scared to use that because I was like, I don't want to use this. This isn't like, I'm not going to hit Success Club 5. I'm not going to get any points and I'm going to waste posting this. That was my fear. And it was such a silly fear. But I kept remembering my mom and what she had said and how Grandpa would never give up. So I made the post. I talked with 2 people that very night at like 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. at night. The next day, they both signed up for challenge backs. The very next day was Monday the 31st. I had 13 more people I had to talk to. One person signed up that day, but she only wanted the workout program. She didn't want the challenge pack. I tried so hard to, tell her the benefits of it, but it's okay. I'm still going to help her and we're still going to change a life. So that's what matters. It doesn't matter that she didn't end up buying the whole challenge pack. And that's what, and we had even debated like me figuring out a way to get a family member at, I think 11:55 at night to sign up really quick. And then finally Michelle and I were like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. I bought my Summit ticket right at the end of Summit 2015. So I got the really good discount price. So it was okay. Like, yes, I would love to be a Success Club starter. I'm not, but I learned so much from busting my butt on those last 2 days.
That was the point, was that she never gave up. And I want you to share. So Tamara had a big fear of making that Facebook post that I told her that she needed to make. So again, listen to your coach. They know you better. I'm sitting here saying what I did with Tamara, but your coach knows you better than me. So whatever they're telling you to do, however they're mentoring you, I would trust them. So she didn't really want to make the post, but she did. And she was super nervous. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. You were pretty nervous about picking up the phone because that 21-day fix is a phone script. And I just wanted you to kind of touch on your confidence level from the first, because I tell my coaches, just picture, you're going to be nervous your first one. I was a 5-star diamond coach when I first did that script, and I was nervous and the paper was shaking, okay? I'm not nervous anymore. I do it wherever. So the difference between the first call and her 15th call, if you want to talk to that some.
Yeah. So my first call to my 15th, on my 15th, I actually felt like a pro. I kind of almost like, and it sounds kind of, I don't know, strange, but I kind of got this like semi-attitude where it was kind of like, I don't care if you don't want it right now. That's okay. Let's just talk. And that's kind of what I've learned from some of the National Wake Up Calls. Like, you have to be okay with people saying no. Go for no. That was the very first book I read as a new coach. And you just have to be okay with people not wanting it. No does not mean never. It means not right now. So I felt fine. I planted that seed and I've reconnected with so many people that it's been great. Like, I'm not scared to make phone calls. I had one person call me on the fly. I didn't even know that she was going to call me today. And I just did a script with her like right before this call. I had, so it's just kind of like, I'm so comfortable now that I can do those while I'm eating my salad at dinner or whatever. So it's been great. Yeah.
So now I'll let you wrap up with 5 lessons that you learned just from the whole experience.
Right. Well, don't ever give up. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. Schedule phone calls with people. Phone calls work. Phone calls matter. If you need, so those are my first 2. If you need encouragement on something, offer encouragement to someone else. Michelle taught me this one. So if I needed some positivity, I need to offer that to other people. And that was a game changer for me. I mean, that was part of personal development. I was super negative, and I offered positivity to a couple people, and it was very helpful. Find a success partner to bounce ideas off of. Yes, your coach is there, but your coach is also there with like 20 other coaches that she's probably working with that are brand new. So find a success partner who's, either just started with you or maybe started a little bit before you or maybe even a little bit after, and get with them. And then lastly, your business does not work unless you do. You have to treat it like a business.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have like 2 minutes left. If you want to run through the 5 tips and then the 5 lessons learned, just name them off real quick, and then we'll wrap up and see if anybody has any questions.
Okay, 5 tips in my first 2 months. Going to Summit, so making a commitment to something. Hallway talk at Summit. When you're at that event that you made a commitment to, do hallway talk. Plug into your national wake-up call. Hot market your friends, and remember conversations over the past year or so, and just follow up with those type of people. 5 lessons from my whole experience was: don't ever give up. Don't be afraid to make phone calls. If you need encouragement, give encouragement. Find a success partner, and your business doesn't work unless you do.
Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Tamara. You did awesome. You nailed it. I am going to open up the line for some Q&A, and I want to encourage you guys. This was the point of having a new coach on the call. To hear, you can ask her anything and get her perspective. Let her answer something. She may say it a bit different than your coach does, and it might click for you. So don't be shy. You can ask anything. Just put your cursor over your name, and you can unmute yourself and ask anything. Nothing? No questions?
I was just being silent because I didn't want to take time if other people had questions. I just wanted to say awesome job, because I know, like Michelle said, you were nervous to be on this call, but you seem like you've been doing this for like a long time now. So those are really, really great tips. And I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Thank you, Melanie. That really means a lot.
So any other questions? Melanie just said what I was going to say, and that's thank you to Tamara. Thank you for taking, you guys can see, I think it's obvious how you can see how she's a leader, how she's stepping up out of her comfort zone again and again and again and again. So I'm proud of her. She's, you're going to be seeing her name, I think, more and more, and very excited for it. So thank you all for taking your time out of your busy schedules and showing up. And we'll see you guys next week. Plug in next Thursday. Melanie will be covering time management, right?
Yeah, business organization skills. So if you're like me and you're a mess, maybe I can help you.
My team needs you because I don't do very well in that area.
We'll see what I got to provide you next week. If anything, maybe one idea next week will help you implement something new in your business. And I'm going to tell you right now, what I'm training on next week is not necessarily things I'm currently doing, but things I'm in the process of doing in my business. So nobody's perfect, but we all learn from each other, right?
Definitely. So that's it. I'm going to stop the recording and sign off, and just thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next week. See you in the team page. Bye, guys.